Good morning, good morning.
I'm ready to start in 1 minute. I'm sorry. I'm going to put on mute.
Okay. It's better that he puts it on mute, no? Because then if he wants to talk, then I have to unmute it, no?
No, you can unmute it.
He can unmute it?
Of course. You can mute it, you can unmute
Even
it.
if I mute him?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you want, you just take this and press it.
Right. No, what I'm saying is that, let's say he wants to talk. Do I have to unmute him or he can unmute himself?
You can unmute yourself.
Oh. Okay. So the Mishnah begins here, Daf Samach Gimel Amud Aleph, 63. A. On the top, Lo Yotze Ha'ish, Lo B'Sayf, V'Lo B'Keshet, V'Lo B'Tris, V'Lo B'Alah. These are different types of armor. Now with a sword, a bow, a shield, or an Allah. We'll see what that is. V'Lo B'Romach, and not a spear. B'Im Yatzah Chayav Chatat. These kelim, these vessels, these utensils are not anything but, they're not clothing, they're not ornamental, it's just carrying. Wow. Rabbi Eliezer Omer, Tachshitinen loy. These are ornamental for him. Because when he wears it, he is displaying his strength and it's his beauty. It's chashuv to wear it. And therefore, he's wearing it to display his splendor, his might. You think these are nice for him? These are only a disgrace. Yeshaya Navi says that in the future, they will. What's the words in English? They will into plows. They will use their swords into the ground, and they will use their other things for plows. Basically, all their weapons will turn into nothing or into just tools in order to work the ground. No nation will lift up a sword against another nation. Now, if these were really ornamental, yeah? If these were ornamental, then why would they be batel la'atid lavo? Why would they be nullified la'atid lavo? Let them still be around to look nice. People should wear them. So therefore, Chacham are saying these are a disgrace. And therefore, they're really explaining the Tanakama that says that you chayav chatat. And therefore, okay, so that is the machloket over here. If you're chayav chatat, if they're not a tachshit or they are a tachshit. Birit, tehora. This is like that. We had this with the Gemara brought it before. The bracelet is not mikabel tuma. The bracelet that goes around the sack to hold up the sack. The yatzimba b'Shabbat, and you can wear it on Shabbat lechatchila. She's not going to take it off because then she's going to be migaleh, reveal her shok, her leg. Kvalim tmeim. What is kvalim? The Gemara will talk about. They're able to be mikabel tuma ve'ein yotzim behem b'Shabbat, and you may not carry them on Shabbat. We'll talk about that later. So the Gemara wants to know about all these. The Gemara begins speaking about this Allah. My be'Allah. What is the Allah? So the Gemara says, Kulfa. What's Kulfa? It's like a big stick that has a very thick head, some sort of weapon. And this is the weapon that they had the machloket about. Rabbi Eliezer Omer Tachshit and Lo. Rabbi Eliezer says it's a tachshit. Tanya, we'll into the bright. Amr Lo Rabbi Eliezer. The Chachamim told Rabbi Eliezer. The Chimeachad the Tachshit and Lo. Mipnei Mahem B'Teim Limot HaMashiach. If there is such a tachshit and so beautiful, why in the days of Mashiach does Yeshaya Hanavi say that they will turn into nothing and they'll turn into farmer wear in order to plow the ground? Because in those days they won't be needed. Because it says, look, he's basically quoting the same pasuk. He said because there will be no wars, so there will be no need for them. So he says, but if they're so beautiful, let them be worn just for beauty itself. Okay, there's no wars, but they're chashuv, so people should wear them. Omer Abaye, so Abaye says, Midi dehave ashraga betira. It's like a lamp, a light in the daytime, smack in the middle of the afternoon. Which means, what's so beautiful about a ner? What's beautiful about it is that it has a light and that it's needed. But when you don't need the light, then it's not nice. So you can have something, he gives him a mashal, you can have a light from a candle that does not look pretty at all. Even though it's a very pretty thing at nighttime, this same candle that's lit will be a very pretty thing, and everybody will like to look at it because it's giving out its light. In the afternoon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you light a candle over here, it has no beauty. So he's saying, it's not a stira, it's not a contradiction, that doesn't bother me. The fact that right now they're beautiful because people do fight wars, so now they do display might and chashivut, even though one day they won't. Okay? So, upliga de Shmuel. And this Braita argues with Shmuel. Now, how could a Braita argue with Shmuel? The Gemara should ask a kasha. The Braita should be a problem for Shmuel. It says, oh, well, there's another opinion here. And it brings an Amorah. How can an Amorah... So they ask this kasha, and they say that it's possible that this Braita was not 100% reliable. And therefore you can't ask him it. Or maybe, the Rasha says, that an Amorah has the right to argue with the Braita if it's not halachic.
Rabbi?
Yes.
Rabbi? I'm sorry, where exactly are you right now?
We are now in Daf Samach Gimel 63a. Samach Gimel Amid Aleph. We are now near the top, after the Gemara. 2, 3, 4, 5 lines into the Gemara. Upliga de Shmuel, the Amar Shmuel, Ein ben ha'olam hazeh limot HaMashiach ela shibud galiot bilvad. There's no difference between these days and the days of Mashiach. There's only one difference. Shibud galiot. There will be no more jurisdiction over the Jews from the governments in the Galut. The Malchut will return to Klal Yisrael, the kingdom, and they won't be subjugated under any other nation, and therefore they'll be able to serve Hashem. So, this pasuk that says "V'chititu chavotam li'itim v'chanitotehem lemazmerot lo yisa goyel goy cherev v'lo yimadu od mechama," which sounds like a total change in the whole nature of the world. He's not referring to the days of Mashiach. That's not Mashiach. Mashiach is one difference. We will have a great holy king named Mashiach, live in Eretz Yisrael, and have our own laws of the Torah. What about the rest of the life, the rest of the world? Same. Everything will be the same. Shenemar, says Shmuel, Ki lo yechda lev yoy mikerev ha'oretz. The pasuk says, poverty will not cease from amidst the land, which means that people will still be poor. So all of those consoling prophecies that are written in all the prophecies about the future, like Veloya Kenani, there won't be any poor people, and all those unbelievable prophecies and all these miracles, they're not Negea. That's for Olam Haba. It's not for now. And even the pasuk that says there's not going to be any more wars, that's Olam Haba. Okay? The other Braita, the Braita that holds that there won't be any more wars, people won't need their armor anymore, that is arguing with Shmuel. Okay? So Misayeh li Rav Chiya bar Abba. But the other Braita, the Amr Rav Chiya bar Abba, Kol Navim lo natnabu elu limot HaMashiach aval olam haba ayin lo rata elokim zolastecha. But the other Braita is supported by Rabbi Chiya bar Abba's teaching, because Rabbi Chiya bar Abba says all of the prophecies are for the days of Mashiach. And all these amazing things will be in the days of Mashiach. What about Olam Haba? What will happen then? Oh, that's unfathomable. That's unspeakable. That's unprofitable. You can't speak about that in prophecies. The only ones who ever saw that is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay? And others say, others say that the back and forth between Rabbi Eliezer that said that they're a Tachshit and the Chachamim went like this. Rabbi Eliezer said, I'm sorry, they told Rabbi Eliezer, since you hold their Tachshit, why are they going to stop in the days of Mashiach? Because of that pasuk that he brought. They will not cease. Okay? In the days of Mashiach. Hainu de Shmuel. So, according to what Rabbi Eliezer is saying, that they will not cease, they'll only be in the days of Olam Haba, those psukim. That's what Shmuel holds. So, Pliga de Rabbi Chiya bar Abba, and this argues with Rabbi Chiya bar Abba. So basically, it's almost the same thing as we said before. Omar lei, Abaye le Rav Dimi, ve'omri lo le Rav Avi, ve'amri lo Rav Yosef le Rav Dimi. Some say that it was Rav Yosef that told Rav Dimi, ve'amri lo, and some say le Rav Avi that he told Rav Avi, ve'amri lo Abaye le Rav Yosef, and some say that Abaye told Rav Yosef. Even though there's no nafkamina in halacha who said it, but you see from here how careful Chazal were with the saying over the names. Every single halacha has to be exact. Who said it? Whose Torah it was? My time with Rabbi Eliezer, the Omer Tachshitin in. What is the reason that Rabbi Eliezer says they are Tachshitin? Dichtiv Chagor Char B'cha Al Yarech. Gird your sword on your thigh. Gibor, you mighty one. Ki Hodcha V'Hadarecha, because it is your beauty and your splendor. So you see that there are psukim that describe it as a Tachshit, as a beauty. Omer Leirav Kahana L'mar B'rei Rav Huna. Hai B'divrei Torah Ktiv. That pasuk is just telling a person to always review his teaching, his learning, so that he can always use it as a sword to bring proofs from it. Just like the sword of a mighty one is tied to his thigh, is always ready to just pull it out and have victory in the war, so too that is the splendor of man. So you should always have proofs and caches from all that he learned. So you can't really bring a proof to real claim l'chama. A pasuk cannot leave its simple pshat, which means even if you want to expound the pasuk to mean it's talking about Talmidei Chachamim, it doesn't lose its simple pshat. The simple pshat is saying that there's a beauty to this and a splendor to this armor. So it is a proof to Rabbi Eliezer. When I was 18 years old, and I have finished all of Shas, and I didn't know until now that a pasuk cannot leave its simple pshat. Which means he knew that for halacha, for mitzvah, for real halacha, he knew that a pasuk can't just be expounded in a mashal every time. Otherwise, you lose many halachot. But he thought that a psukim that seemed to be more poetic, then he thought the main understanding of the pasuk could be its expoundation, and you don't have to read them in midei pshutai. He said, now I learned something. It was a very humble thing for him to say. Rav Kahana was, if this is the regular Rav Kahana was the one that was sent from Rav, Eretz Yisrael. He learned by Rabbi Yochanan, and he was greater than Rabbi Yochanan in learning. Rabbi Yochanan called him his Rebbe. So, tremendous thing. Maika Mashalon says the Gemara, the ligma inish v'hada lisper. What's Rabbi Kahana trying to teach us here? That a person has to first learn everything he's taught from his Rebbe many times, even if he doesn't understand everything. And only after that, try to find its profundity and its depth. Just because he doesn't understand everything from his Rebbe, it doesn't mean he shouldn't continue to listen. Now, where do you see that? He learned everything by the time he was 18 years old from his Rebbe. And he still didn't understand the reason how this pasuk could serve as Rabbi Eliezer's reason. Until he heard it many, many years later. So you see from Rav Kahana, follow Rav Kahana's way. Learn and learn and learn and learn. And then review and review and review. And then one day, suddenly you'll start getting deeper and you'll understand the depth. Don't give up if you don't understand everything. Siman, says the Gemara, for the following Gemarot, the Siman is Zarot, which is Zayin, Reish. Zayin is Rabbi Elazar, Reish is Resh Lakish, Taf is Vital Mideyam, which is Rabbi Yirmiyah and Rabbi Abba. Rabbi Yirmiyah, Rabbi Elazar, Shnei Talmidei Chacham HaMechaden Zel Lezel Halacha. Two Talmidei Chacham which are sharpening each other in halacha, which means each one is asking the other one very strong questions and they're answering back and forth. But they're not doing it just to tease each other, to taunt each other. They're doing it to really understand the halacha. HaKadosh Baruch Hu matzliach lehem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will grant them success in understanding the Torah. Shenemar v'hadorcha tzlach. Al tiki v'hadorcha ela v'chadedecha. Don't read it, your splendor, your beauty, but rather read it v'chadadecha. The Reish and the Dalet are interchangeable. And the Hey and the Ches are also. So it means v'chadadecha tzlach. And your sharpness will have success. Okay? The Lord, says the Gemara, El Sha'ol and the Gedula, they're going to rise to greatness. Shenemar tzlach rechav. In that pasuk it says, they have success and ride. Ride on your royal horses. Yachol, you would think, afilu shelo lishma. This is even if a person learns Torah not for the sake of Torah. Talmud lomar al dvar emet. To those who do it for the word, for the true word, to understand Torah. And Yachol im hegiz dato, you would think that these brachot will also manifest on a Talmid Chacham even if he becomes haughty. Talmud lomar, the anva tzedek, the end of the pasuk says, and you'll be humble. The imo sinken, and if you do so, zochim Torah shenitna biyamin, you'll be zocher to the Torah that was given with the right of Hashem, shenema v'torcha nor aoti minecha. The Torah will guide you, v'toracha, it will guide you with wonders Yeminecha from the right side. Now, what does it mean to learn Torah Lishma? Torah Lishma means, people think it means to learn for the sake of heaven, all sorts of different meanings. But the Nefesh HaChaim, very famous Nefesh HaChaim, explains us that it means L'shem HaTorah Kegoin Leida U'Lahavin U'Lahoisif Lekach U'Pilpul. In order for a person to know and to understand and to be able to add more to his Torah knowledge, so he can further his Torah knowledge and speak more Torah with more people. That is Lishma. If you want to become a greater Talmid Chacham, that is not Shalosh Osif. Oh, you do want to become great. You want to know more Torah. That's not Lishma. Lishma means only for the sake of heaven, not for yourself. No. Rev Shachaim goes on for many pages proving that Lishma means to know more Torah. You know why you're learning Torah? To know, to understand more. That is Lishma. Rav Nachman Yitzchak Omar. These words, V'torcha no'at yiminecha, come to teach us that if there are two Talmidei Chachamim who are sharpening each other in halachas, zochim lidvarim shenemra b'yimina shel Torah, they will be zochet to the words that are said on the right of the Torah. And what are those words? The Amar Rava bar Rav Shila va'amri le Amar Rav Yosef bar Chama Amar Rav Sheshet ma'ay dechtiv orech yama b'yimina b'smala osher v'chavod. Long days on the right side of the Torah, and on the left side, wealth and honor. Ela b'yimina orech yamim ika osher v'kavod leka. On the right side of the Torah, there's only long days, but no wealth and honor. If the right side is greater and it's giving you a greater blessing of long days, it must include the smaller blessing on the left side. Ela, rather what it means like this: L'maiminin ba, to those who are maiminim to the right of it, which means people work with their right hand much stronger. Give the spade to the right hand, it will dig in much better. So to those who work with Torah with their right, meaning they give it all they have, with all their strength, they'll have long days, and all the more so, for sure, wealth and honor. But those who learn Torah, but they learn it like with their left hand, they're not toiling with all of their might, then they'll have wealth and honor, but they won't have long life. Now, another pshat is not strength and but it means lishma, not lishma. Two Talmidei Chachamim that are noichin zelazeh. They're very pleasant one with the other in halacha. They're talking halacha, but with a lot of, it's a nice ear. It's a nice environment. Because each one wants to understand what the other one is saying. Aha. So what do you mean? No, I think I'm saying different. Oh, really? So HaKadosh Baruch Hu makshiv lahen. HaKadosh Baruch Hu listens to the Torah. Shenemar, oz nidbru yirei Hashem. It says, then the yirei Hashem will speak to each other. And the end of the pasuk says, vayakshev Hashem vayishma. Hashem will listen in. Ein dibur el nachat. And when it says dibur, it means nachat, pleasantly. Shenemar yadber amim tachtenu. The pasuk there says Hashem will lead the nations underneath us. This is the pasuk that we say in the Tehillim, that we say before Tkiyat Shofar. Do you say that Perek Tehillim? They start them 7 times. Do they say a Perek of Tehillim 7 times before Tkiyat Shofar? What? So this pasuk is Hashem will subjugate the nations beneath us. So yeah.
I have a question. Which is what full pasuk are they using in regards to taking little brackets from it regarding humility and emet and all? What's the pasuk?
Oh, the one that spoke about when they fight with each other, if they do it lishma, then they'll merit many things. The pasuk that we mentioned a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
The full pasuk there is in Tehillim. It's 45:5 in Tehillim if you want to look it up. It's v'hadarcha tzlach. Your splendor will have success. Rechav, you will ride high. Al dvar emes, on the true word. The anvot tzedek, and you will have righteous humility. V'torcha noraot yimenecha, and he will guide you with wondrous things on your right side. That's the pasuk in Tehillim. Now the Gemara is bringing another pasuk, which everyone is quoting now with this magafin, with this COVID-19. This pasuk everybody quotes. That the Gemara quotes now. Yad bir amim tachtein. Hashem will lower, subjugate the nations beneath us. So you see that the word yad ber means to be machniya, to subjugate. So therefore, the pasuk means he will guide the amim beneath us. So the word yad ber means like to speak in a way that guides, and that another pshat is that it means to lower them. So dibur is a way of lowering yourself. It's a soft way of speaking. Even though usually we say dibur means harder than vayomer. I don't know how that works exactly over here. But people quote this pasuk because Rashi over there says something amazing. Yad ber amim tachteinu. V'dever milat tonu. V'dever milat tonu. Rashi's, yeah. All right. It didn't work. Okay. Mayu l'chosh ve'shemoy. So the Gemara says, what is the pasuk that we brought before? Oz nidbru yirei Hashem, ish el re'ehu. Then those who fear Hashem will speak to each other, and Hashem will listen in. The pasuk over there says that Hashem will write it down after he listens in the sefer of remembrance for those who fear Hashem, ulechosh ve'shemo, and for those who think about His name. What does that mean? Omer Rabbi Ami afilu chishav lasot mitzvah v'nenas v'lo asa mal ela katav kilasa. Even if someone thinks to do a mitzvah, v'nenas, and he had an onus and he didn't do it, the Torah considers it as if he did it. It means he thought about Hashem's name. He wanted to do it, but he was held back. So then HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I'll write it down as if you did it. Anybody who does the mitzvah the way it's said. Some learn that means the marshal, the shema. Others learn it means the way it's said, meaning in completion, without any, not missing a detail. And they don't give him bad tidings. As it says, someone who knows, who guards the mitzvah will not know bad things. And even if Hashem is goyzer gzeira on him, the person who has done the mitzvah will be mevatel it, will nullify this gzeira. Shenemar ba'asher dvar melech shilton, because the word of Hashem governs over all. Umi yomar lo matase, and who can tell Hashem what to do? And then the next pasuk says, basically nobody can tell him what to do. Besides, it's like a response to that pasuk, and saying, nobody can tell Hashem what to do. And anything He decrees, He governs over everything. And whatever He decrees will happen. Besides, the one who guards the mitzvah properly, he won't know anything bad.
Regarding that specific mitzvah, he won't know that, or b'chlal in general? He guards the mitzvah, he won't know bad.
The way that people usually say it is not the way I'm seeing it now in the Gemara. In the Gemara, it sounds like general. You're protected from all. The way people usually say it is more like, if you're involved, someone doesn't want to have a child. Him and his wife, they don't want to have another child. They go to the rabbi says, Why not? Is it too hard? You really need a heter. It's not so simple. You really can't have another child? Really can't. Probably could, but it's difficult. It's difficult. Shoyme mitzvah leyeda davara. You watch this mitzvah of having children prove of who? Even when it's hard, and you don't miss out on it. Lo yeda davara. You'll see, you'll manage. You won't know anything bad. You'll have a great child. You'll have a lot of nachat from him. That's how people use it. That in this mitzvah, I don't know the answer. I don't know. These are very hard things to know. But one thing is, you could tell Hashem to be mevatel l'gzeira. It's unbelievable koyach over here. The Maral explains it a little deeper. He says, when you enter a mitzvah's realm is only good. There is no bad. You leave the realm of evil, of anything that's bad. Therefore, they don't let you know bad tidings because you're not in that realm. You're not in that world. It's like you're in a different place. There's no bad here.
When you say that you could tell, you could ask Hashem to levatel gzerot, but here he says, "B'asher davar melech shetanu, mi omar lo ma ta'aseh." How can you tell him what to do?
No, that's what the pasuk is saying. Who can tell Hashem what to do? Whatever He decrees goes. The next pasuk says, "Shoyme mitzvah leyeda davara," as if it's responding. Like there's one. You're right. Generally, that's the case. But there's one that can actually tell Hashem what to do. Shoyme mitzvah leyeda davara. Hashem will listen to him. What to do? Another great member about two Talmidei Chacham learning with each other. Two Talmidei Chacham that are listening to each other. I understand what you're saying. HaKadosh Baruch Hu shomea l'koilon. HaKadosh Baruch Hu listens to their voices. Shenemar hayosheves baganim chaverim makshivim l'koilech hashmiyini. The one who sits in the gardens. The gardens are a mashal to the Batei Midrash. Today, the gardens is not a mashal for the Batei Midrash. Today, the gardens have become the Batei Midrash. But in the olden days, the Chaverim are the Talmidei Chachamim. And the call, that he's listening to that call, is the call of the Tfilah. And the HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, when you Klal Yisrael, you sit in the Beit HaMidrash, like friends, who learn Torah together and listen to each other. So I say, Hashmi'ini oto. Listen to their tefillot, and I'll answer them. V'mein osin kein, komin la'shchina shemistakelet miYisrael, shenemar, brach dodi, udmei, chas v'shalom. If they don't do so, and they don't listen to each other, they cause the Shechina to depart from Klal Yisrael, like it says, depart, run away, my beloved. Udmei l'chol tzvi oy la'ofer hayolim. And you look like the heart, the wild heart, H-A-R-T, that runs away. So the Gemara said, already spoke about those who are very sharp with each other. That's also a great thing. Those who speak nicely with each other, and those who listen to each other. All these great different ma'alot. And now the Gemara brings a fourth one. Amar Rabbi Abba, Amar Rabbi Shimon Lakish, Shnei Talmidei Chacham hamadgilim ze lezeh b'halacha, who gather each other to Allah. They said, let's learn together so we can understand it better, because we don't have a Rebbe to teach us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ohavan. HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves them. Shenemar v'diglu olay ahava. A lot of people like this now, in this situation. They can't go to the shiur. They don't have computers at home for all these different shiurim. They're at home. So they call over their son, say, let's learn. I need a chavruta. V'diglu olay ahava. HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves them. Omar Rava v'hu yadi tzruta shmaita. As long as they understand the basic form of the sugya, because they learned it a little bit from the Rebbe before, and they understand the root of the topic. As long as they don't have a Rebbe that they can learn from in the city. If they just decide not to learn from a Rebbe, to learn themselves, and they're going to make mistakes, that's not so good. Omer Rabbi Abba, Omer Rabbi Shimon Lakish, Goda Amal v'yoter min ha'oset tzedakah. Now we're going to continue saying Memrot from the same Manda Omer. Rabbi Abba, Omer Rabbi Shimon Lakish. Gadol hamalveh yoter min ha'oset tzedakah. Greater is the one who lends money to a poor man more than he does tzedakah. Because the poor man is embarrassed to accept tzedakah. To get a loan, umatil bakis yoter mikulan. But if a person throws money or merchandise into the pocket of the ani,
Meaning without him knowing?
that's what it sounds like. I think what it means is he invests with the ani. What he does is he says like this: look, I'm going to give you $100,000. You start a business. You give the profits. You give me back the principal. So that's the greatest. V'omer Rabbi Abba, Omer Rabbi Shimon Lakish, im talmid chacham nokem v'nokeh kenachashu, chagreu al matnecha. If you see a Talmid Chacham who takes revenge like a snake, gird him on your loins, which means attach yourself to him. Don't say, oh, I can't learn from him. He's too sharp. He's too this. Get close to him. At the end, you'll benefit much from learning from him. But Imam Ha'aretzu, but if he's an Am Ha'aretz, even if he looks like a very pious person, wow, this guy's such a tzaddik, he's such a tzaddik, he's always doing everything in such a holy way. But, wait, does he know how to learn Torah? Does he know Torah? Nah, he doesn't really know Torah, he's Am Ha'aretz. Al todu b'shchunato. Don't live in his vicinity. Because since he doesn't know how to keep mitzvot, so his piety is not really complete. And at the end of the day, he will influence you for the bad. Okay? Omer Rav Kahana, Omer Rabbi Shimon Lakish, v'ami lo Omer Rav Asi, Omer Rabbi Shimon Lakish, v'ami lo Omer Rabbi Abba, Omer Rabbi Shimon Lakish. Some say with Rav Kahana in the name of Rav Shlokish, or Rav Asi, or Rabbi Abba. Anybody who breeds a dog that is bad, a bad dog in his house, he is holding back kindness from his home. Why? Very simple. No poor man wants to get near that door. Shenemar, like it says, Lahamos mere'ehu chosed. Shekei b'shon yevon is koyin lekelev lamos. Lamos in Greek is a dog. Lamos mere'ehu chosed. Okay? So the simple pshat is for the one who holds back from his friend chesed. But the Gemara is expounding it to mean it's the dog that holds back. Rav Nachman Yitzchak Omar, Av porik yimena yiras shemayim. Shenema v'yiras shaka yaziv. The end of the pasuk says that the fear of heaven he will forsake. Now, what's the reason for that? Because why does a guy have such a bad dog? And why does a guy have a dog by his front door? He's protecting my house. I have a dog for protection. You have a dog for protection? Don't you have a mezuzah up? You put it up for protection. I thought that's a very good alarm system. No. That's cute. I did that with the rabbis. Nice. But now I need real protection. I got the dog. Aha! So you're not into protection, the company GOD? Nah. Dog, the opposite. DOG. Okay, fine. So you have forsaken Hashem. You went the other way. No, you're not into God, you're into dog. Okay. So therefore you have forsaken. By the way, it's not my pshat, even though it sounded funny. The Maharsha says this. He's soymech. The name Shakai, which protects everything, is on the mezuzah. You're a dog. Anyways, I don't know. This pasuk makes dogs sound very not Jewish, and that's the way it is. In the I don't know. I don't want to talk against dogs here because it's like one of the most sensitive topics in America. But look at the Gemara on Daf Samach Gimel over here in Shabbat. You don't find the Talmidei Chacham's home.
We like to raise kids.
What?
We like to grow kids.
Yeah, children. Listen to this story. There's the story of a lady. She went into a house to bake over there. She had permission from the owner to use the owner's oven, right? Navach Bakalva. Itakavalda. The dog of the home came over and barked at her. She was expecting a child. She lost it. She lost the child. Typical answer. This is where you find the Americans, the same thing. Oh, you don't gotta worry. I took out his teeth. He got his rabies shots. I took out his claws. He can't even scratch you. He's the sweetest. Oh, he's sweeter. A guy told me the other week also. He's sweeter than any human. Thanks for all your favors. You could throw it into the garbage, into the thorns. It's over already. I lost the baby. Kvar nod Vlad. The baby I lost already. It moved around. The other day, 2 weeks ago, I have a 3-year-old. He was walking on the canal with my daughter, and there's a wolf. There's a guy there that's in a wheelchair, and he has this trained German Shepherd, but it's like twice the size of any German Shepherd, and it's completely white. It looks like a wolf or a horse, something like that. It's very large. He lets it run around without a leash. It's illegal. So my kids saw it, and they panicked. Yeshivish kids, they're not used to dogs. And then my 3-year-old saw them panicking, so he panicked. He didn't even know what he's panicking about. And he was like in trauma for like a half an hour. He's in my wife's hands, and he's a very tough kid, but he's mamish crying. So I went over to the guy the next day. I met him because his dog was walking on the block again with him. I said, maybe we should get on a leash because my son was very, very scared. He's like, he's the best. You have to bring your son over because your son has to learn how good this dog is, and he has to come and pet him. He has to go through therapy with it. Omer Avuna.
What was your response to that?
I told him, Shkule tivusech v'shadi achizri. No, I didn't tell him this because I didn't want to fight with him. So I just said, okay, maybe we'll do that. You know what I did? I decided that the second best thing, the best thing would be that there would be no dog. But the second best thing is that I should listen to him actually, because my son is a little bit traumatized. So I think I might do it. And I told my 3-year-old that we're going to go. It's a very nice dog, and this and that. And last week, I had another story that someone came up to me and told me, you heard my dog died? We had a big German Shepherd. I was very excited actually, because every time I went to the guy's house, I got so nervous. So anyways.
Rex Ben Linda.
What?
Rex Ben Linda.
Exactly.
Rabbi,
Yeah.
been there, done that. That kind of a story, we walk in someone's house with a German Shepherd and you feel like that, for me it's every time.
You also fear them?
I can't handle when I see like these big dogs and I go to their houses. Oh, he's fine. I can't handle it.
My brother and my sister went to look at a home about 10 years ago in Eretz Yisrael with the real estate agent and the owner. They got bitten up by dogs, attacked. Like wild. I was 11. I got tackled and bitten by a German Shepherd. That's why I have a phobia of dogs. It's a whatever. Pnei Ador ke Pnei Akel. That the Gemara in Tzadok Zayin over there in Sanhedrin says. I think this is one of the signs of Mashiach, that the dog will lead the master. That's what's going on today. The whole America. Everybody serves the dog. The dog is, there's aisles and aisles in Publix of dog food. And this is one of the essentials, by the way. The vet could open, and the I forgot what, the dog food, pet food, there's a shortage of it, and it's a whole thing. I forgot what they said. It's essentials, your letter. What was opening? Bars were opening up in America. The first things, like a month ago, some things that they said are still going to be open were like pet food shops or pet shops and bars. I remember my son told me, he said, Abba, you heard? Like 5 things, pet food and pet shops and bars. This is America. This is who we are. These are essentials. We cannot live without a bar. You can't live without your pet. It's not the way of a Jew. Omer Avuna. Now, anybody listening that has a pet, I didn't say you have to shoot your pet today. I'm just saying you have to have your focus right. You have to your priorities over here. You play with a toy the whole day with your pet. Grab a Gemara, make your Gemara your friend. Omer Avuna, my dichtiv.
Rabbi, the dogs gave us problems in Egypt too.
What?
The dogs gave us problems in Egypt too.
Exactly. I want to hear the Maridige story of Rav Steinwertzel. He's one of the greatest geniuses in America. He died about, 30 years ago. He was like a crazy genius. And one time someone saw him walking with a certain sefer of an achron, a late sefer, a famous sefer, like a great person. He was walking with it in a carriage. So someone said, "What are you doing?" He says, "Talks like a baby. I treat him like a baby." He was upset at a pshat that he said. But what happened was, it depends who you are. Meaning, where's your toy? Everybody has to have toys. The Torah is described as a toy also. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has a toy. It says, Lulei Toratcha Sha'ashuoi. And it says that Hashem plays with the Torah, with the Talmid Chacham every night, with Torah. Everybody has to have a toy. You have to have something that you enjoy. Life is about enjoyment. But what do you enjoy? What are you busy with? A furry thing? You have to grow up. You're not 5. You have to grow up. You have to be busy with Torah. Smach bocha v'yaldutzecha v'yitivcha libcha b'mei b'chureistecha v'halech b'darche libcha v'marei enecha. Oy v'do ki al kol eila yiviyacho Elokim b'mishpat. Rejoice, you bachur, you young man, in your yaldus. By the way, just one more little point about the dogs. Even though it's a pasuk in the Torah that says you're not allowed to legad l'kel right, it says v'lo yisasim damim b'veisach, you can't place blood in your home. And the Gemara says that having a bad dog in your home, you're over on this lav. It's a mamish one of the 613. The Raitot, but the Ramah, not to be mixed up with the Ramah, the Rishon, the Ramah, he writes that from here we see that even a dog that is not a harmful dog, if you don't have him on a leash, it's the same Aveira, because since he'll bark and the person sees him barking without a leash, so he'll cause this type of damage, like fear, and a lady could lose her child. So you have to be very careful. You have the nicest, sweetest dog and everybody loves it, but it gives a real good bark, and you leave it without a leash, which is, by the way, I think illegal here in Florida and in most places. It could be, it's a lav in the Torah. Mamash a lav in the Torah. Rejoice, you bachur, in your youth. And let your heart be gladdened in the days of your bachur. And go in the ways of your heart and in what your eyes see, and you should know that in all these things Hashem will bring you to mishpat, to justice. It's a very interesting pasuk. The pasuk sounds like it's telling you, the bachur, to do what he wants. Have a good time, rejoice, and then at the end it says, oh, I'm going to get you for every single one of these things. Make up your mind. Are you telling him to do it, or are you telling him you're going to bring him to justice for it? So the Gemara says, Rav Huna answers, Ad kan, the words vidah, and you should know, the warning at the end, divrei yetzer hara. Till those words, meaning, till the words of vidah, the yetzer hara is telling him, have a good time, look wherever you want to look at whatever you want to look at, just to have a good time. You're a young man. And then mikam ve'elach divrei yetzer tov. But then the yetzer tov talks to him. You should know, if you have a good time now, you might enjoy it for the moment, but at the end, you're going to be brought to Mishpat. Shloka says another pshat. He says, the pasuk is not talking about having a good time doing averot and looking wherever you want to look at the things that you can't look at, but rather it's telling him about Torah. Enjoy, you're young. Enjoy, jump into the pool of Torah, splash around, back and forth, Chidushei Torah. And do whatever you want. You want to get deeper into the sukkah, go deeper. You want to learn that masechet, learn that masechet. Do whatever your heart is gladdened with, until you really understand it. And then, there's a warning in the pasuk. But make sure you take that home with you. Once you know all that Torah, make sure it turns into good deeds. Because at the end of the day, they're going to bring you to justice to ask you if you fulfilled everything. Okay, let's now go back to the Mishnah. The Mishnah said, Birit Tehorah, this type of bracelet cannot become Tameh, and you can carry it on Shabbat. Kvalim, however, can become Tameh, and you cannot carry them on Shabbat. Omer Rav Yehuda Birit Zu et Ada. This Birit is this bracelet that we said. Mativ Rav Yosef Birit Tehorah v'yotzei b'Shabbat ilu et Ada Tameahi. But the bracelet is Tameh. Because the bracelet is one of the things that they got in the spoils of the war with Midian, and that's where we learn out Tumah and Tahara, and it says there to bring them to the mikveh. So the Gemara answers, Hachi Kamar, Birit Tachat Etzada Omedet. Which means, if you put this bracelet not on her hand, but on her sack, so that she should not reveal her foot, right? Her foot should be covered. So that birit is Torah.
Does that mean bracelet or foot or sock?
I think it means the bracelet that holds the sack. So it has a whole different function. It's not beautiful. It just holds up your sacks. So it just holds up the sacks. So therefore it's not a tachshit, it's not mekabel tumah. And it's not serving the person. It's not a kli masa that serves this function is to serve something that serves the person. And therefore, it's not mekabel tumah. Yativ Ravin Rav Huna kamei de Rav Yirmiyah v'yativ. Ravin and Rav Huna were sitting before Rav Yirmiyah. V'yativ Rav Yirmiyah v'kamen namnin. And Rav Yirmiyah was dozing off. V'yativ Ravin v'ka'omar. And Ravin then said, Birit be'achat kvalim b'shtayim. Birit is the tie that you tie on one foot, and kvalim is like a pair of them. You put on both. Amalei Rav Huna, so Rav Huna told Ravin, Elu v'elu b'shtayim. Both of them go on both feet. Umatilin shalshelet b'neim. And what you do is, you put a little chain between the two of them. The nasu kvolim. If you put them on without the chain, they're called birit. But when you attach them with a little chain, then they turn into what we call a kvalim. So the Gemara, now what did the Mishnah say about the kvalim? The kvalim are mekabel tumah. So what happens is suddenly now that you put the chain on, it becomes a keli, and it's mekabel tumah? That's the Gemara's question. Okay? So, that's what turns it into a keli. So the Gemara says, if you're going to answer me like Rabbi Shmuel ben Nachmani, Rabbi Shmuel ben Nachmani, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Menayin l'mashmiya koil. B'chli matres shu tamei, shenemer kol dover asher yova be'esh, afilu dibe b'mash. We had this Gemara a few days ago, How do you know that anything that's function is to bring out a sound, right? That itself already renders it a vessel, a utensil that's able to be mekabel tumah. That's enough of a function, because it says kol davar. So the Gemara says kol davar. Why did I have to say the word kol davar? Anything that was placed into fire has to go through fire again to become kosher. And that was the kalim that they got from Midian. Why did it say kol davar? It should say kol asher yevo v'esh. Kol davar. So davar means dibur. Even an item like a bell. This is in the sugya that we had with bells before, right? That has some sound that comes out of it. That's enough. And therefore, since this chain over here, this metal chain, causes a little sound, that's already enough. So the Gemara says that wouldn't be a good enough answer, because bishla mahatam kabol the kolav covered ma'isa. We want it to make noise. That's the function of a bell. That's why it's serving the man, and therefore it's called a keli. But hachamai ma'isa ka'avid. Here, who cares that it makes a sound? You don't want that sound. That's not the purpose. And therefore, why would it be considered a keli? So the Gemara answers hachanami ka'avid ma'asa. Here too, the chain does an action that the person wants. There was a family in Yerushalayim that naturally they walked with very large footsteps, and they lost their betulot. That's what happened to these girls. And they didn't want that, because losing your tulim before you get married was a shameful thing for the girl to get married like that. So in order to stop this, they put these chains, they put these bracelets, and they made a chain. That way they had to take shorter footsteps. It forced them to take shorter, and that way they didn't lose their betulot. So therefore, now it's serving not only the socks, but the woman herself. And that's why the kvalim are mekabel tumah. Now, why can't you walk out on Shabbat with it? Because they're made out of gold, these chains. So she might take them off and show them to her friend. Okay. Ita behu Rabbi Yirmiyah. Rabbi Yirmiyah suddenly awoke. V'amalahu yishar. Beautiful. V'chein amar Rabbi Yochanan, and I heard this pshat from Rabbi Yochanan. This is the way that Rabbi Yirmiyah, the Amoraim, would doze off. They would be listening to all the Torah. They would be learning Torah. I really have to run. So we'll do this part also B'ezrat Hashem. Let's say Shabbat at 10 o'clock. Everybody should have a beautiful Shabbat. And a beautiful day, Erev Shabbat. Baruch.